What is going on, Locks Mob, and welcome back to the Locks DFS NHL Breakdown. I am your host, Narang, and I'll be breaking down this 5-game main slate that we have on tap for Wednesday, January 16th. We'll be talking DraftKings, FanDuel, Prize Picks, all the main sites here. We're coming off a real big night yesterday. Let me go ahead and just pull it up for you guys. If you guys don't already do so, it'd be awesome if you could follow me on Twitter. This is where I tweet, all my sort of transparency as far as like how we're doing. I also just tweet like my thoughts on hockey. I think I'm a pretty funny guy, so I just tweet like hockey stuff, basketball stuff, sports betting stuff. We've been crushing it, man. The hockey crushed again yesterday. FanDuel cashed big in GPPs, even with Curtis McElhinney getting us minus 6.4. We got that Tomas Hertl hat trick, and we were cruising all night. Victor Arvidsson hat trick. We got 2 hat tricks yesterday, and we were cruising. And then DraftKings as well. Both those guys were on the cheat sheet. The cheat sheet really did well. I know a lot of members ate, so that was great. And then the sports bets continue to roll. We were 2-0 on the day. We bet on the Nashville spread, minus 1.5, and the Columbus spread, minus 1.5 as well, at plus 160 and plus 130 respectively, and turned some pretty big profits. And that brings us to 8-0 over the past, 3 days? 8-0 over the past 3 days. So we just been crushing it. The Prize Picks went undefeated as well yesterday. I'm going to give away another free Prize Pick today. Just stay tuned as I talk through them. But yeah, so that's that. It went well, and now let's talk about this slate. So 5-game slate, so I'm not going to break down every single game. All I'm really going to do is just talk about a few of my favorite plays at each price point, at each position, and we'll go from there. So starting at center, we got the high price guys. Usually I feel like the last couple of videos I've come down into this mid-range. First off, I sort of just ignored the high-price guys, so I wasn't really too into them. But this day, things are different. I'm obsessed with Nathan MacKinnon versus Ottawa at 8K. Even though he's on the road, Ottawa is still the second worst team in the league next to Chicago as far as expected goals against per 60 goes. You just want to attack them every time they're on the slate. Colorado still projected for a massive 3.7 team total. And I don't have to talk to you guys about who MacKinnon is or why MacKinnon. So I love MacKinnon as my top high price option over McDavid. Vancouver's been playing a little better recently now that they have Edler back. They might be getting Elias Pettersson back as well. So I think Vancouver could actually win this game, whereas I think Colorado could probably or should just romp Ottawa. So I want more exposure to Colorado here. I'll get that through MacKinnon. I think Monahan's an interesting play. I think he'll be next and like completely underowned because everyone's going to go sort of McDavid, MacKinnon, and just forget what Calgary 1 has done the past 2 weeks. I think you're probably better served getting Calgary 1 exposure elsewhere. But if you want to full stack that line, I would do that if you can find enough value to do that. I think that's a very sharp move in GPPs because no one is going to play it. People will play it, but not as many people as they would if Colorado wasn't on the slate. If we come down into this mid-range a little bit, I love Tomas Hertl again. I know he's on a road back-to-back in a tougher matchup versus Arizona, but he's still just way too underpriced at 5.6K. I have no idea why they keep pricing him down this low. He's been dominating, especially when he's skating on that Evander Kane, Jonas Donskoy line. They've been crushing it, so I'm going to keep riding it until it sort of stops. And then the last thing that I really want to talk about at center is how cheap is too cheap for Sean Couturier. I mean, Philly's not projected for anything crazy as far as expected goals. 2.8, it's a pretty low team total. But Sean Couturier's got a pretty plum role centering Jakub Voracek and Oskar Lindblom, as well as that net front presence on a pretty lethal first-team power play. And the guy's 5.1K. He consistently skates like McDavid minutes. Like, he's one of the few guys in the league that'll skate as many minutes as Connor McDavid. But look at his last 4 games, 23.5, 23.1, 22.5, and 24.5. Like, that's a guy you want exposure to regardless of how tough the matchup is, regardless of anything. I mean, he's 5.1K. He's going to give you 24 minutes, and the dude's recorded 6 points in his last 4 games. I think if you're looking for that cheap center value, it could most definitely be Couturier here. And that's enough on center, though. Moving on to winger. As far as high-price guys goes, I think getting your exposure to Colorado through MacKinnon is the best sort of route. I think if you want to pay up, Gaudreau would probably be my guy here. Gaudreau's just been an absolute freak this entire year. I mean, he's averaging, I can just pull it up for you guys, 69 points in 47 games. That is absurd. He's been even better at home. Calgary is projected for the highest team total on the slate at 3.9. So I think if you do want to just like one off on Calgary, I'd probably just start with it being Gaudreau over here. If you want it to be Elias Lindholm for all the same reasons, that's fine, but just know Gaudreau shoots the puck. He's got an I-Corsi 4 per 60, about 5 higher than Lindholm. So if you want the guy really shooting the puck, Lindholm certainly could score, but Gaudreau's shooting the puck. And then the other guy I wanted to talk about in the lower range is kind of 2-3 guys in this range. I'll just go over them all real quick. Sven Baertschi, I'm pretty high on Vancouver today. I think they could score a couple goals versus a pretty weak defensively Edmonton team. They've just been looking to do new things over there. Things haven't been working. And I really like this first line of Horvat, Besser, and Baertschi. Keep in mind, Elias Pettersson he got upgraded today. So it looks like he might draw in for this matchup. And if he does, I'm assuming he'll hop into this line and I think he'll center Besser, and they might throw like Virtanen up there, and then they'll bring Horvat, Baertschi, and maybe it could be Levo. They might switch things up, is what I'm trying to say. So just keep watching these Vancouver lines. I love both their top two lines, the Horvat line and the Pettersson line, if Pettersson does play. And regardless of who Baertschi's skating with, I like him. He shoots the puck a lot, and for 4.5K, he's a great value. And then the other guy is on the Edmonton side. We have an official Connor McDavid line. It's the one we're used to, with McDavid centering Draisaitl and Alex Chiasson. And Alex Chiasson correlates with him on first-team power play as well. So I think he's an extremely good value at 4.1K. This game certainly could shoot out. Certainly could. Both teams aren't great defensively. Both teams are more than capable of scoring goals. Both teams have a lot of individual talent to score goals. So, love both sides of Baertschi and Chiasson. I think there's an interesting route to playing JT Compher here if you want to get more exposure to Colorado but can't afford Colorado 1. JT Compher is really interesting as part of Colorado 2. And, of course, he correlates on the first-team power play, being the net front presence on arguably the league's best power play. Anyways, moving on to defense. So, defense, top 3 guys, Burns, Giordano, Carlson. I love all 3 of them. If I had to pick one, I think today might be the day where I don't choose a San Jose guy. I would choose Giordano. Higher team total. He didn't play yesterday. Burns and Carlson both played yesterday and logged really heavy minutes. So I'll go with Giordano. But honestly, you can't go wrong with either one of these guys. They're all equally likely to outscore each other. They're all amazing DFS fantasy plays. So I think I'll go with Giordano here, but can't go wrong with either one. I like Edler more on FanDuel than I do on DraftKings. He's 4,200 on FanDuel, so he's like a lock over there. I like him much more over there. But the guy I do like in the cheap range down here, there's a couple guys. One guy, none of them are really overly like, they're not going to make you too excited. But the first guy, I like Cody Ceci here. I think he's sort of like the Dmitry Orlov of Ottawa. He's just going to get you, as you can see, his last 3 games, 3-4-3 shots blocked. The last 4 games, 2-1, 5-3 shots on goal. I just think he's going to get you that sort of floor that you want. He's going to skate 24 minutes, probably put up anywhere from like 2.5 to 3 as a floor. Maybe get upside for 4.5, 5 if he records a point. So I like him anytime he's below honestly around this price, around 4K cheaper. And then a guy who's way, way cheap down here, but I think is interesting. Getting a call. Is Troy Stecher. I don't know who that is. Is Troy Stecher. So Troy Stecher was a guy who used to be fantasy relevant. He's 2.6K right now. He used to be fantasy relevant like a year or two ago. When he was this like AHL prospect being called up with like a booming shot from the blue line, and everyone kind of wanted to play him because he was getting first team power play time. Now he's just like this guy who's like fallen into the second team power play role. He still shoots the puck a decent amount for a defenseman, and he's priced at 2.6K. He's probably going to skate 20 minutes, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about him, but I think if you really want to get gross and just punt with someone, I think you could do worse than Stecher. And then goalie, obviously, guys, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about goalie. You saw what happened on FanDuel yesterday. McElhinney put up minus 6.4. We still crushed it. It could have been massive had he not done that. But as always with goalie, look at your team. Whoever you have the most players from, just play that goalie. Make sure you don't have any skaters versus your goalie. Close your eyes and pray, because that's what we do with goalie. So I just hope the next year DraftKings and FanDuel switch out this goalie spot and just put in like a flex or a utility or something. That would make it a lot more fun, and hopefully they'll do that next year. But for now, just best of luck with goalies. So thank you guys for checking out this video. As always, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Oh yeah, let me give away a free prize pick. I was already looking at him, so I might as well just give him away. Right down there is Joe Pavelski at 3.5. I think that's a pretty interesting price point for him. I do like San Jose despite it being a road back-to-back. I do think they pot a couple goals. Joe Pavelski averaging 3.9 fantasy points a game. I think he's a pretty good bet to go over this based on just shots on goal, block shots, all that good stuff alone. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for checking out this video. As always, if you want to, please do like, comment, and subscribe. You will be entered into winning our giveaway for a free NHL, NBA, NFL, or sports betting season pass. And yeah, all you got to do is like, comment, and subscribe. So thanks guys for checking out this video, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.